Okay, I'm going to share with you one of my little top tips, which is how to create a bass line from a drum track. So what I've got so far is I've got a chord sequence lasting 16 bars, and I've put the chords that I'm using across the top, just so you can see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a root fifth bass line, which means using the letter name of the chord. So for example, A here, and a note which is a fifth above that. So in the case of A minor 7, that would be A and E. In the case of E minor 7, that would be E and B. In the case of F major 7, that would be F and C, and so on. So I've already set up my bass line, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the rhythm by copying and pasting the drummer on to my bass. So I'm going to make sure I've got this highlighted as the track that I want to paste onto. So I've clicked the drum region, I'm copying, which is Command C, and then I'm pasting. Now it looks very, very different from what we've seen before. So when I play it now, it sounds pretty garbagey. So what we're going to do though is take the rhythm that we've got, and you can see that mapped out in the piano roll, and we're going to change these notes so that we move them more towards the notes that we find in this chord, or as we're going to do the root and fifth bass line, so A and E. So I'm just going to select these two bars, and then I'm going to select all the notes within there, which is Command A, and I'm just going to move these notes up so they start on A. And I can already see that I've got some notes which already coincide with E, but these tend to move very much at the same time as the A's. They're on top of each other. So just looking at it, I'm trying to find some interesting patterns. So here, these, what would have been the sort of cymbal hi-hat parts, are probably a little bit more interesting. So I'm going to keep these bottom notes, get rid of some of the middle, and get rid of these, because they don't really add anything too interesting in terms of bass movement. And then I'm going to highlight these, and I'm going to bring those notes down to E. They're currently in F, so it's not much of a step. And then here, I'm just going to delete those, and let's see what I get. If I loop these two bars, I'm just going to cycle them. Still clashing because there's notes still above. It's quite a painstaking process. But once you've got rid of it, you can then actually get some good results. So that's just using A and E. So the next step is, what I can do is I can split this region at bar 3 using the scissors tool, and at the end of bar 4. Then I'm going to delete. I'm going to copy and paste this across, Command C. I'm going to move it to the beginning of bar 3, Command V. And then I'm going to select these notes, and I'm going to move them so that they coincide with E and B, which is the root and the fifth of the E minor 7 chord. And there we go. So I'm now going to cycle these 4 bars. And there you have it, a bass line that moves with the drum track. Your job is going to be to do the same for the remaining bars up until the end of bar 16.